And so that's what's going on there.
Awesome.
We're good?
Yep.
All right. All right, we'll call this meeting to order.
Do we do a pledge for this meeting?
Yes, we were talking.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, so we had a letter from Railroad Township trustee Catherine Chaffins stating that the school board member appointment for Railroad Township will be David McKillop, who is here with us. Welcome, David. And Jackson Township trustee Robert Schmidt sent a letter stating the school board member Cameron Stahlbaum will be reappointed for another 4-year term. Cameron, glad to have you staying with us. After our meeting is done this morning, Carly will administer the oath of office for both new board member and remaining board member. So at this point, we need to do our organization of the school board for 25-26. And we need to start with, first thing is election of president of our board of trustees. So we will have a motion, entertain a motion for board president.
I'll make a motion if Doug wants to continue doing it.
I second it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Doug Wildy will remain as our board president, and at this point, I will throw it back to him.
We have to vote on it.
Oh, yes.
Just to make it.
Yeah. We've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Doug is our president. I will let him orchestrate from here on.
Okay, next up then we need a motion for the election of vice president.
I nominate Cameron if he's willing to remain as.
I will accept, unless you want it, it doesn't matter to me.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion for Cameron, made by Sheila and seconded by Sonny. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I need a motion for appointment of secretary.
I make a motion to nominate Sheila.
I accept.
Okay, I'll second that.
Was that you, Cameron, who second?
Yeah.
All right, I have a motion to appoint Sheila as secretary. Motion made by Sonny, seconded by Cameron. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Appointment of business manager purchasing agent. I need a motion to reappoint Dalton Tunis as our business manager and purchasing agent.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Cameron, seconded by Sheila. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Can I get a motion to retain William Kaminsky of Newby, Lewis, Kaminsky, and Jones as our school corporation attorney?
And I'll give David a little synopsis there. They're out of LaPorte. That firm has all of LaPorte County, all of Stark County now, and then some various others, a few in Porter, as far down as to Delphi. So I know Bill well, we're comfortable with him. We don't do a retainer, and he is quick and to the point. We sometimes get a bill for, $15 if I've made a phone call to him about something. So he's efficient and he treats us right. And, so that way you know a little bit about our school attorney. Yeah.
Thank you.
Just curious, when I was, years ago, I was on the board, we had a representative pretty much at all the meetings. Now, is that
You're right,
not
yes.
part anymore?
Back in those
Or
days,
not
we
part?
did. Back in
Yes.
those days, we had, I remember when I was here the first time, we would have somebody. I remember Marshall
Yeah.
Regala was one that would be in
Yeah.
attendance.
Guys out of Knox and so on.
With this, it's kind of like a lot of things, it's conglomerated to where he's got 2 or 3 other guys in his office. If we had something where we wanted to request him to be here, he'd be here for us.
Okay,
Somebody would if we needed him.
yeah, okay,
But this setup's a lot more cost effective and efficient for us.
okay.
How long has he been the attorney?
Since,
It's at least been since I've been here, so that's at least 5 years, and I know he was here before then, so.
Good track record.
yep.
Any more questions? Yep. All right, can I get a motion to retain Mr. Kaminsky then?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Appointment of Board of Finance. You go over that.
Yeah, really, so these next few that we're gonna go over are kind of, if needed, teams, Board of Finance, if I need to bring these guys together for any kind of financial discussion that might be over or before what we wanna bring to the board. In my 5 years, we've never really had to meet, you know, it could be a little bit of budgeting stuff. But again, I always bring that to the whole board as a whole budget meeting. Same with like your negotiations team. Now we are in a negotiation year, so we'll have to sit in on that. But, you know, that's an every 2-year thing. Bid opening committee, if we were to have a big bid or a large project, and we're gonna open bids, you know, we may have that committee come in to talk about it. So again, these are as needed committees, for the next few.
And they're 2-person teams, right?
Yes,
So
so
there'll
also
be-
2, yeah.
There'll be 2 appointments. So.
Yeah, we've always had 2 on these.
You want me to do it?
You can go ahead, cause I don't remember who.
For the Board of Finance, you're right, we'll do Sonny and David?
I would say.
I was thinking,
Okay. Okay, can I get a motion for,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. The negotiations team. I know you 2 have done it before,
Cameron and Sheila.
so I don't know if you both still wanna do it, if one of you wants to work with
No, I don't care. Whatever
Sonny.
you wanna
Doesn't matter
I
to
don't
me,
care.
whatever. I mean, I can stay on. I'll do
Yeah, and it is, like I said, it's a negotiations year, so this is a committee that will meet come this late summer, early fall time.
I'm willing to do it
Yeah.
if
it.
nobody else
I'll
wants
stay on. So I think somebody needs to make a motion other than you and me.
Can I make a motion?
You're right.
Sure can.
Yes, you can.
Non-official. Make a motion for Cameron and Sheila to be on the negotiations team this year.
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Appointment of bid opening committee.
Do we need this though? Because don't we open all of our bids?
Yeah, I mean, they're closed seal bids. I think the last time we actually used it was right before I came in, was for the elementary project. Yeah, because it was such a large project.
It doesn't meet often. I've been on it before. but
Yeah.
It doesn't meet very often because we usually don't have bids that are that big
Yeah, that's what it, you know, we
or
got,
projects that big.
yeah, we got just small little closed seal, you know. Myself, I'm taking care of that, or Mr. Shepherd. The roofing stuff was kind of, Trimco and them guys were taking care of that, so we just sat in on that. But yeah, this is a very often, if needed, committee that meets. And if this helps, in the next year, I don't foresee any projects that big, so.
Well, in the event we should have something like
Yeah.
that, I would think that we would have three, at least, I don't know what you do, but we have three people here who work with that a lot. I mean, Doug and Cameron do, I know.
Right.
Sonny probably did in his previous life, so.
Somebody throw a couple names at me.
Sheila, who,
Then I nominate Doug and Cameron then.
It's fine by me.
Second.
I need a motion.
Sheila, I think Sheila,
Oh.
and then David second.
Sorry, I missed that part, I was right.
Did you second it?
I did.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Establishment of board member compensation. Now, I'm gonna bring this up. We can discuss it. This new Senate Bill 287, we can go up to 10% of the lowest starting salary of a teacher employed by the school. I don't necessarily feel like we should go from 2 to 4,500. I am recommending or suggesting that because of the extra time we're starting to put in, it's not like we're here for an hour and go home, that we go to 3,000. It's open for absolute discussion. I can tell. None of us are here for the money, Sheila, I get it. It's not about the money, it's just about extra time and extra stuff that we're doing. I feel like we may have to start having some more
I'm not gonna oppose that.
executive sessions.
In my opinion, we shouldn't be compensated at all,
Well-
but that's just me. So if you think 3,000 is fair,
I mean, we're not going to the top end and we're not staying on the old bottom end. We're just coming not
Do
even
we have
halfway
the
up.
other school board, local school boards do?
I don't know specifically, orders us. I would say conversation I've been a part of across the state and in different groups. I think there's gonna be a lot of changes upward. And I would say, to add to Doug's point, I think I made this comment the last couple months, but we probably need to have a few more executive sessions on things, because there's some things that we've discussed that are really better suited to be in an executive session. Still, all decision-making happens here in the public meeting. But if I'm gonna ask you for a little bit more time, I'm comfortable with this. I'm comfortable with this request, Dalton's comfortable with it, I talked to him.
Yep, cause I can put it in the budget now, cause I'm working on
Yeah.
that. And I'll add, the last raise, that board members received was in 2022. It went from, it used to be 1,500 and it got bumped to 2,000.
And I'm sure there are going to be school systems that go to the 4,500 mark. There
Or
will be.
whatever their minimum is.
Yeah, whatever their minimum,
Yeah.
Because the state
That's
minimum is
possible,
getting
yeah.
raised to 45, correct?
correct.
That was part of that bill
That's
also.
right.
Yeah, and that's why we did what we did last negotiations. But yeah, you have larger schools whose bottom is much higher than ours. So they.
And in some of those cases too, those are bi-weekly meetings. Those big,
Two meetings.
2 meetings a month, 2 regular meetings a month.
I got you.
So when you get into some of those bigger school systems, you will see
More time.
a lot more time, a lot more actual committee work on things.
Mhm.
But, so,
Yeah, we
I'm
are.
comfortable with.
We are actually one of few schools that I at least know in the area that only meet once a month. Knox is twice a month, Winnipeg twice a month, Culver's twice a month.
And we like that.
Yeah, well, it's not.
I think that's perfectly fine for us. That's my opinion on that.
It does not matter to me either way. I mean, it's when you look at it for the hours that we already put in, I mean, it's a donation anyway, so it's not,
Yeah,
I don't, this really isn't, I'm not here for the money, so it's
Yeah.
not, I don't think anybody here is, so.
No, this is in the same category as somebody who coaches something for
100%.
us. Yeah, I call it compensated volunteerism.
Right.
Lightly compensated volunteerism is the category that it falls in, so.
Any other questions, discussion? Okay, so for establishment of board member compensation, do I have a motion to raise our pay to $3,000 per year?
Motion. I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Establishment of regular board meeting dates, time, and place.
As long as
I
the board.
assume we'll stay on the
Yeah.
third Tuesday of every month at 6?
Six, yep.
Everybody
It's
good
fine
with
with
that?
me.
Yes.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so can I get a motion then for the third Tuesday of every month at 6 PM in this building?
I so move.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
And David, for your knowledge, the handful of executive sessions that we've had, we've come at 5:30.
Okay.
We've come a half an hour early, so.
Conflict of interest forms, should
Yep.
bring those.
I have those here, so yep, as soon as the meeting's over, I'll pass those out. Just remember you guys have to sign them, and then you also have to have your township trustee sign, so then please return.
Carly usually takes care of the township trustee, doesn't she?
I remember you.
I've never taken it to the
Yeah, I
township
think she does.
trustee before.
She sends them off,
Carly will send them and get that taken.
but I will give you your guys' copy so you can sign.
We have no visitors. So, if there's no other business, I guess I'll take a motion for adjournment.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried. 8.